Welcome into Gamesthetic, episode 78. My name is Alex, SparkE3. Hopefully you're having an incredible day today, whatever day you're listening or perhaps watching this podcast at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SparkE3. Make sure you give a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, be a friend, tell a friend. Join with me as always. I got both the boys here with me. I got Zach in studio and John over Discord. Boys, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. Can't complain.
Not yet.
I don't know what. It just really dawned on me. It feels like it's been longer than a week since we recorded. I don't know why.
Well, technically it has.
Has it?
Yeah, since today's Sunday. So I mean, technically, yeah.
No, it'd be.
But I do feel what you mean though. Because like when I was like gearing up all day today, kept first off reminding myself that we were recording today because this is normally my chill day. I was just like, man, it feels like it's been forever since I've recorded a podcast.
Yeah. So I miss Thursdays, I guess.
Thursdays are coming back soon. That's the plus side. That's the plus. John, how you doing? How you feeling this wonderful Sunday?
I'm doing all right. I don't know why, but I'm also kind of feeling the like it's been a long time, but that may just be because like you, it's usually my chill day.
Yeah.
So
I think
breaking that up a little bit.
I think that's what's getting us, or at least in mine and John's case. Is Zach, you still work on Sundays,
Yeah.
but like I guess in mine and John's case, I guess it's just like this is normally our chill day. Yeah, we decided to record on a different day this week because, of course, we did have Pokemon Day today with a Pokemon Presents. A lot of like just okay, hey, here's some announcements with the big lead up of the big announcement at the end being Gen 9, which is kind of surprising. Like it's surprising in the sense that it's happening this year. Like everyone knew this was going to happen, but I thought it was going to be a 2023 thing. You know what I mean? So I am shocked that it is this year. So looking forward to chatting about that. Out of the little tease that we got earlier, a little bit more Horizon talk. Our weekly Lost Ark update from John here. Street Fighter 6 was revealed with some controversy behind it and some funny jokes behind it as well. And then some other news just randomly kind of thrown in there, including one piece of news that we actually had talked about a little bit of detail a few weeks back with the Microsoft Activision Blizzard purchase, and it seems like it's happening. So that's going to be some interesting stuff there to see how it all plays out. If you could go sign up to the website, we definitely appreciate that support there at SparkE3.com. You can also sign up for $5 a month there and get access to early podcast episodes, exclusive blog posts, extra promo codes, special access to the Discord server, for special channels. Discord server is open to everyone. You can the links down in the description below. You can sign up. We do currently have a promo code on the website for our merch store, SparkE3shop.com. 25% off with code ATFS to celebrate season 2 of A Terrible Football Show with a rebrand kicking off this week. Excited for that. The code runs till the 5th. There is a couple new Gamesthetic designs as well. That's why I definitely want to shout that out, including the 5 ways to play, as I call it, with the 5 controllers. I thought that was a pretty sweet design. I need to get a sample of that one. You want a sample of it too?
I probably will. I actually like that one.
Yeah, that one is actually pretty sick. Definitely go pick that up. 25% off with code ATFS. Go follow us on Twitter at GameStaticPod. We appreciate that as well. Check out the other shows like AniMan Plus, Terrible Show, and Talk About Movies and stuff. AniMan Plus is coming back. Me and Zach are set to record the next episode next week. So it should be coming out here in the near future. So that's pretty exciting. Boys, let's kind of just go ahead and jump into some stuff. What's everyone been up to this week? What's everyone been doing? I've just been playing more Horizon. For me, I'm 30 hours in, man, and I'm telling you, I don't feel like I've scratched the surface. I really don't. Like, while, I've progressed, like, on the main story, to kind of further allow myself to get to more areas of the map, which you could go to anyway, but if you do, you're going to get fucked. So, I've progressed in the story, but it's like I progressed so far, and then it's kind of like stop, where it's like, okay, I've gotten to this point where I've kind of like, I'm leveled with this area. Mm-hmm. Let's go do other shit now. And I just kind of hold off on the story. But Jesus, dude, I'm 30 hours in. I legit don't feel like I've scratched the surface. But I will say one thing, one massive takeaway that I have of the game right now from this past week. Neither of you, if I remember correctly, neither of you are like big Witcher 3 fans, right?
No, not really.
Okay, you guys know that. You guys know that card game in Witcher 3 that they made a standalone game.
Yeah, Gwent.
Yeah, Gwent. Like, okay, Horizon has a game where it's like, I hope they make it a standalone game like Gwent was.
Okay.
Machine Strike. Out of the 30 hours I've probably spent 10 hours on Machine Strike. Like, you just go around and hit up different players across the map, whatever, and they're different levels, expert, intermediate, whatever.
Is it a card game?
It's a board game.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a board game, kind of like similar to like a chess sort of style in a sense. Where it's like, the whole board that's laid out has different terrains, and the different terrains across the board give you like different attack boosts, whatever.
So you're playing miniatures.
Basically. Basically.
You know, there's a slight disconnect here that we're slowly getting into a point, which we've already seen it, where we're enjoying games within a game,
Yes.
and then those games become standalone games, and then we're just like, fuck the main game. I just want this thing to be real.
Yes. Dude, I mean,
We might have a problem.
it's a lot of fun, man. I've dumped a lot of hours in Machine Strike because now, like, what I was doing literally just last night was like I made it my mission, and I was just like, okay, let's go around the map and go buy and find the other Machine Strike pieces, so I can continue like building different teams. Because like you can have like your attack power up to like 10, so it's like, you know, each machine that you can get, like the burrow, the tracker, etc. Like they all do different things. Where it's like standard melee unit, you have your range unit, you have your dash units, pull units, ram units, etc. And
I feel you here, Alex. But if you want to play miniatures, we can take like a 20-minute drive. I can teach you how to play Warhammer.
oh God! All right, let's do it.
That might be a little too much for us.
It probably will, but you know, we'll wing it and we'll have a good time with it. But no, I mean, Machine Strike is legit a lot of fun. I hope it becomes a standalone game. You know, with all the push that Horizon has been getting, whatever. You know, I low-key think that Machine Strike standalone game could be a possibility.
I mean, it might be if they've put so much detail in what you're describing to us. I mean, there's quite a possibility.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail to the game. What about you boys? What you guys been up to this week?
Only Lost Ark.
Yeah, what's the Lost Ark weekly update?
I mean, game's still fun.
Okay, awesome.
In game grinding now. Just trying to work my way up the tiers.
Yeah, no, I've been playing a bit of Lost Ark here and there because I've been switching between TFT, Dynasty, Warriors, Empires, and then Lost Ark. And my Lost Ark experience is much different than John's. John's hit 50 and he's doing the islands. I hit 30 and I'm fielding adventure tomes up to 90%, which is a slight pain.
Yeah, I did finally actually play a few rounds of TFT this week for the set 6.5.
Yeah, John joined me for a bit.
Nice.
And it is it's weird. It's hard to get weird playing it after playing so much set 6 and then stepping away and trying to come back in and going, these units aren't the way I remembered them.
Yeah, it's a slight adjust because they didn't do a full set remix. They actually took part of set 6 and kept it and just rebalanced it pretty much with a couple new traits. Because I don't think it added any new... there's traits and then there's factions in it. I don't think they added any new factions. They just filled it up, new characters and traits to change it up a bit, change up the meta. A lot of the like hard meta characters that were being used in set 6 have been removed in set 7, and now we have some new fielders. Like instead of Crit Lux, we now have, oh my God, Ari just threw orbs at everybody. Yeah, no, fuck Ari, John.
But yeah, I didn't play that many games to really feel too many opinions. It was, I think I played 3 or 4 and ended every game with you looking at my board going, yeah, I don't know what you were playing. Sometimes you just gotta play the units and see how they feel.
Just go with the vibe.
See, he's doing how I played set 6.
That's how I spend a lot of time every set. Just when I get into it, I'll just jump in and I'm like, everyone else is trying to figure out the meta builds and that, and I'm just like, what units feel fun? Which ones feel strong by themselves that I could just throw in?
See, I enjoy doing that, but I've now fallen into the habit of where I just naturally build a team. I'll have a goal to start out with, like, I want to do this for this specific mission. Something will happen that I'll get a lucky draw. I'll be like, well, I can do this. It's right there. Other than that, not a whole lot.
I just started literally today, I started another playthrough of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Mostly just because like I've been kind of itching for it for a little while, you know, and like out of all my Switch games, that's like the only one that I have like a legitimate itch to play. And I'm going out of town for a couple days this week, whatever. I didn't want to lug my fucking PlayStation, so I was like, hey, you know, we'll start Fire Emblem Three Houses up again. You know, you have something to do while I'm out of town this week.
Oh, did you play any more of Cyberpunk's next gen?
No, but I do want to. It's just, now that I've kind of reached a point with Horizon where I've dumped so much time into it, and it's just like, play for a good few hours and then kind of step away, like where it's like, all right, let's take a break. We've really gotten some time into this. Yeah, I'll get back on Cyberpunk here soon because I do want to play it. Because I want to see the lewd images. But
it's funny you say that. So this past week, Keontae, who was on a couple episodes, I'm on a Discord channel with him and a bunch of other people he knows and whatnot, and talking to them, and I mentioned that to them. There's like, yeah, Cyberpunk had that release, and like, yeah, it had that high def. It's like, it also added new content. I was like, it added new content? I was like, yeah, you now get lewds from the romances. They all went, what? I was like, yeah, you get lewds. It was just like, and Sarah went, I gotta play Cyberpunk again. I was like, that's the natural reaction to this content.
Oh, that's true. My favorite one was still the Mighty Keith, where he's just like, he quote tweeted the news about, he's like, I'm going to play Cyberpunk again, leave me alone. Naturally, with this episode lines up with the release of Elden Ring, but don't expect any Elden Ring opinions here. None of us really cared to get it. So
I got one thing to say about Elden Ring. At least from what I've seen and what I've heard some of the streamers talking about, if you like Dark Souls, this is a game specifically made for you in its best form.
That's what I got from Keontae, because Keontae was real hype about it, and the people in that Discord are, and they've been messing with it, and he's just like, he spent, and for what he told me, it's very non-linear. So once it opens up, you just go wherever.
Right.
And he ended up killing like an end-game boss when he was still like the equivalent of like level 3. It took him 3 hours to memorize all the patterns and whatnot, but he did it.
Yeah, for everything that I've seen is like, if you are a Souls fan, this is like Souls at its peak. Essentially, is what I've gathered.
Yeah, there are two ways to look at this game. Souls fans like, everyone else no like.
Basically. I mean, it's got unbelievable reviews, like 10 out of 10s across the board. And the Metacritic is unbelievable.
And that's even with several of the glitches and stuff that people have problems with. But even then, they're still saying that it's an amazing game.
97 on Metacritic. I mean, that's technically one of the highest rated games of all time. I mean, it's up there.
Even some of the very good games that were high up there as well still get bashed because of glitches, but this one is just getting slide right through. Yeah.
And with just like all the reviews around this thing, man, at this point, like, you might as well crown this thing Game of the Year, unless God of War Ragnarok for sure comes out. That's probably the only thing that will compete with it.
I mean, Starfield.
See, I want to believe that. I do. But I feel like with all of the hype that's been built up around Elden Ring and the unbelievable perfect reviews, I feel like it's going to come down to God of War and Elden Ring.
I mean, it's a Bethesda game, man.
I know. And I would love to see that. Like, if Starfield is exactly as hype as we believe it's going to be, like, I would love to see that be Game of the Year. That'd be dope. But I feel like it's going to come down to Elden and God, but we'll see.
Yeah. I just took a brief glance at it. Game's been out for what, like 2-3 days now?
It came out early access Thursday.
And it's current on Steam, at least. It's currently sitting at 80,000 mostly positive reviews, which for a couple days in, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, no, that's pretty ridiculous.
We'll actually use that as a quick segue here, and we'll jump into one of our first pieces of news. Did you guys see about the Valve CEO talking about that he would be 100% like willing to step up and try to get Game Pass integrated with Steam?
I did see that today. I thought that was very interesting. I'm not surprised. It's Gabe Newell. He's just like, what? More games on Steam?
He's like, I'm here for that. Yeah, because with that, he did make the comment. He's like, yeah, we're not looking for any sort of subscription service ourselves, but hey, if Microsoft, I'm willing to help them out here.
If they want to integrate, by all means.
Yeah, no, that would be cool because, I mean, think about it. I mean, you have the Game Pass on the Steam Deck. Like, that'd be pretty legit. And then obviously Steam in general, where, Steam players don't have to have the Microsoft app launched. Like, that's all cool. But, I mean, Game Pass on Steam Deck, that'd be a pretty good selling point.
You know what was really a surprise this week, though? Valve releasing a game.
Wait, what'd they release?
They released Aperture.
I read this just a little bit ago.
They released a game called, in the Portal universe, called Aperture. I can't remember exactly. But more or less, it's a specific game for the Steam Deck, which you can play it on Steam itself, to introduce how to use the Steam Deck and stuff like that. And it's like a 40 minutes hour experience.
So it's kind of like the Astro's Playroom, that Sony released with the PS5, because all Astrium's Playroom was to basically show you all the different features for the DualSense controller.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But it was a surprise because Valve released something.
Oh, look at that. Valve actually released a game. That's great. That's wild, dude. No, Game Pass possibly coming to Steam. That'd be, I think that'd be a big win for both companies, especially in Phil Spencer's case where he just wants Game Pass on everything. With the Steam Deck as well, I did see a tweet from the official Twitter from Dolphin Emulator, which is, of course, is the GameCube and Wii emulator that you can download online.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and they got the Dolphin emulator on the Steam Deck. They post a picture of it.
That's funny.
Because coming up with the Steam Deck, like one of the selling points for it is that you can uninstall the Steam OS on it.
Yeah, and put your stuff on
Exactly.
it. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so they got like a Microsoft OS on it, and they installed Dolphin emulator, and they post a picture of them playing F-Zero on the Steam Deck. I'm like, yo, that's actually pretty hype. That's actually pretty dope.
I mean, that was probably the best thing from the Steam Deck when we initially got the release and showing of it, was the fact that it's pretty much just a small computer.
Yeah.
That if you know what you're doing, you can do pretty much anything with it. Just have a handheld computer with you at all times.
Right. Which that's absolutely the big dub. I don't know, like, you know, as we start to see like more stuff come out of it over time, I may look to potentially get a Steam Deck, because like that sort of stuff is very interesting. Like having a portable GameCube would be super cool. Like I mean,
the GameCube is portable.
I mean, yeah, you can play it on your phone. I know, but well, okay. Fuck off. First off,
The GameCube is very portable.
Just because it has a handle doesn't mean it's a portable console.
I love how long it took him to realize what you were saying, Zach.
For all the video, watchers here, they saw the exact moment where it's like, oh, okay, Alex caught on, got it.
And you were the one who pointed out the handle like a couple weeks ago.
I did, yeah. We're just like, who actually used the handle? Well, see, that I guess that's why I didn't catch on, because I didn't use the handle. I mean,
oh man.
But Dolphin Emulator is on your phone, by the way. I don't know how that would work. I saw pictures of it. It looks horribly clunky. Like where it's like the example pictures in the App Store was them playing Wind Waker, and like the screen is just flooded with all the buttons. I'm like, this looks terrible.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know that was what Dolphin Emulator was. You said that I assumed it was a Dolphin Simulator game.
No,
because that would not surprise me at this point in time.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. We do have the Lawnmower Simulator. You know, John, have you got Lawnmower Simulator yet?
I didn't know there was a lawnmower simulator.
Okay, well, you need to get that in review.
I should hit up my father, because I know he's been playing a lot of Lumberjack Dynasty.
What is Lumberjack Dynasty?
As the name might entail, you're becoming a lumberjack and starting a dynasty as a lumberjack, and the lumberjacking business.
Okay. Oh man, the gaming industry is a wild place. All right, let's hop over to our next piece of news. So we did finally get the reveal for Street Fighter 6, which, at first glance, it's like, okay, dope, new Street Fighter, that's cool. But this actually brought up a little bit of controversy, literally just because of the logo, because of how generic it looked. And I like a lot of the comments where it's like, it literally just looks like Street Fighter has 6 notifications. Okay, that's fair. It literally, to me, it looked like a Discord channel.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it looks like a Discord channel with the 6. But like, apparently the logo, someone else found like an almost identical version of the logo for like $80 on a Adobe stock website.
Yep. That's exactly it.
And then also shout out to the people that wanted to point out Ryu's bulge. If you haven't seen his bulge yet, go watch the trailer again. You can, in fact, see his penis.
It is at 15 seconds. Just pause right there, and his bulge is in perfect out there for old man Ryu.
The person that designed that, I hope you're having a great day. That's dedication.
The person designed that and went, Tracer's ass, I got this.
But, obviously it's not much about the game itself. It's just like, hey, the game announcement, super great graphics. That's really the main selling point is, hey, dope-ass graphics, and the game is real. It's happening. And it's just like more news this summer. Zach, I know you're a big fighting game fan, so I know you're probably pretty excited for this, I'd have to assume. No? Okay.
I'm not a big Street Fighter person.
I thought you were.
Nope, I'm Tekken.
I knew you were Tekken. Honestly, I thought you just played all fighting games, if we're going to be real.
I don't know. I've never really stuck with Street Fighter.
Okay, so this is not...
I'll literally play any other fighting game, but for Street Fighter, for some reason, it never stuck with me.
Okay, so this is not even on your radar then?
Not really.
Okay, well. John, I know you're limited on fighting games too. Like, the only one I've ever known you to actively play was Blaze Blue.
Mostly. Yeah, that's mostly what I played. Other than that would be the Tekken I've played with Zach. But I mean, I may not play the games, but I mean, I'll watch the FCG for it.
Okay. Well, we'll see what else comes out of Street Fighter 6 later on this summer. I've never been a big fighting game fan, personally. Literally the only one I play is Soul Calibur. That's the only one that's ever piqued my interest.
Oh yeah, I meant to send you another picture Friday.
Okay, of what?
Because the store that has Soul Calibur 3 and Ratchet and Clank also has Soul Calibur 2 now as well.
Oh, okay. Have you come across a Ratchet Deadlocked yet? That's the one that I really want.
I could have swore I saw one somewhere, but I can't remember. I may have not.
Okay. Ratchet Deadlocked was always one of my favorites. I loved that game. The game was awesome.
But on the note of retro, I picked up a Diddy Kong Racing.
Ooh, that's a nice find. How much was that?
24.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So what's your collection even looking like now?
In terms of...
Like, just like size. Like, how many games are we talking now? Like, let's say N64. What are we looking like? Because I feel like every week you're buying like a game or two for the 64 almost.
64 is probably the smallest. I think out of 64 I only have like 7 games.
Okay. Then you've been picking up. I know you picked up like when you got the GameCube for me. That's when you got what, Shin Megami Tensei, I think.
That's a DS game.
Okay. Yeah, building up that retro collection. You go twice a week, right?
No, just once.
Okay. Well, next time you go, if you could just keep your eye out for Ratchet Deadlocked, let me know. I can give you cash.
I hooked you up with that Sly Cooper that you didn't want.
I didn't say I didn't want it. You just asked if I had it.
And then you said you weren't interested in it. You said Ratchet and Clank. Whatever. That's another conversation.
That's
for
a
another
different,
time.
different conversation, different day. Next up thing that we have here is something Johnson involving some Hogwarts Legacy. This is per Tom Henderson that Hogwarts Legacy is apparently it's been ready to be shown, which I feel like we've already kind of we've known that. We've heard the rumors for a little while that the game has been ready to be shown off in some capacity, but they're basically waiting on Sony to do it at this point. Which, to my understanding, I've seen a lot of people talking that next month we're set to get a Sony State of Play. So it'll be pretty interesting to see Hogwarts Legacy and exactly what this game is going to be. I think that's the biggest thing about Hogwarts Legacy right now for all of us is what exactly are we going to be able to expect from this? Like, what is the game going to actually be?
That is sort of interesting. You go on.
So when I saw the article, I was just happy that somebody had put it in a way where they're like, we're letting Sony do it now, as opposed, because so far we just seems like every month or every couple months we've just ended up with a rumor like, oh, it's going to happen at this show, it's going to happen at this show, is when they're finally going to show it. Now it's like, just wait for the State of Play and then you'll see it.
It's like, just wait for one of Sony's, they'll show it at some point.
Yeah, it's like whenever Sony does their next big show, you'll see it then.
Another interesting article that I saw for another game that we're still sort of low on details about was actually Digimon Survive. John's game doesn't exist.
John is full-blown convinced this game, they never made a game.
Well, they still
haven't.
This was an article which was from the actual game director himself, and actually with a splash image of, I assume, the characters that are going to be in Survive, and that Survive is actually going to be a much darker theme since the game is more going to be aimed towards a more adult audience, so it's going to have a lot darker themes this time around.
Hey, I'm here for that. They'll be fun if the game comes out.
Yes. From what the article...
That's why they only had a splash image in his article. They haven't made the rest of the game yet.
I'm telling you, John, you are full-blown convinced the game is not real.
Until I have it installed on my console and launch it, it doesn't exist.
I get it, man. I get it. It's been a long time for this game.
Well, I'm curious about it because from reading this article, it did actually introduce some Digimon lore that I never knew about, which is very interesting to fit. And that apparently the Digimon are apparently digitized versions of people who have passed, apparently. And like they're...
that's for this game?
No, this is just Digimon lore in general.
If that's Digimon lore, I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either. But this apparently was something the game director mentioned because they found out, they were told this strictly from one of the original game directors from the first Digimon Adventure game, which is $70, by the way. And things like that. And he took that and more or less did that because another thing in the article is I guess going to focus on really separating that the Digimon are these other entities and more or less a second half to who they're partnered up with as like a second self.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Digimon has a lot of fascinating lore, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it really changes how you look at Digimon. It's like, ah, shit.
It really changes how I look at Digimon tamers now.
No, the tamers are fine as long as you don't know that fact.
Well, fair. I'm also talking about the actual show Digimon Tamers. Puts a different perspective on that show because that was one of the shows where that was a very dark show for the record, where you actually had like you actually had some deaths in that show.
Yeah, season 3 was wild.
Season 3 is so good. Like when you watching it as a kid, it's just like, oh, cool, Digimon. Oh, cool.
It doesn't connect.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. But
when you go back a decade later and you go,
holy shit. Holy shit. Bro, Digimon Tamers is, that's some fucking intense shit, man. But maybe Digimon Survive will come out this year. I don't think so.
I mean, at the end of the article, it said they're still at some point planning for 2022.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either.
I don't believe that at all.
But from this one article, I'm actually very much more interested in Digimon Survive, and I might pick it up whenever it releases.
I can't remember. Is that only like a Switch title? Is it also going to be on PlayStation? Do you guys know?
I'm pretty sure it would be on PlayStation more than likely than Switch.
No, it's on Switch.
Based on the original article from 2019, it was supposed to be on PlayStation and Switch.
Okay. I mean, I'm picking this game up day one if it comes out.
One day. One
day it may or may not come out. We'll see. And we'll, finally determine if this game is actually real or not, or if it was just an image all along and they just were trying to fool us. Next little piece of news we got here. We talked about this when it came to the Activision Blizzard purchase. This was a topic among the industry and something that a lot of people were kind of hoping for, and it appears it's happening. It's going down. And that of course involves Call of Duty. Call of Duty has been on this yearly release schedule for almost 2 decades, since 2005. And while it had its time, you know what I mean, where it's just like that late 2000s to like early 2010s, like it had a very good stretch where it's like even though it was yearly, every year was for the most part across the FPS fandom was a pretty exciting release. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, and then as time has gone on, especially like the past 5 or 6 years, probably really longer, I think where it really started to go downhill, started with Ghosts. I think Ghost it's just been every year has just been like the same rehashed shit. And it's been just a disaster of a game. Now Vanguard kind of being the tipping point of just like how much of a disaster game is going to be. But apparently per Bloomberg, COD 2023 has in fact been delayed. So next year will be the first year in almost 2 decades we have not had a yearly release Call of Duty. This year is the Modern Warfare 2, the Modern Warfare sequel to the Modern Warfare in 2019. They need to do a better job of these titles since we already had a Modern Warfare 2. But Modern Warfare 2 is coming out this year by Infinity Ward. And then the next one's come out was set to be made by Treyarch. But the fact that it's not, going to have that yearly release now, like I think this is we are now already starting to show the signs of Microsoft's pool in this whole thing. Because I mean, Microsoft is, I feel like they're very adamant where it's just like, hey, it doesn't need to be a yearly release because that hurts the game more than anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a good thing for Call of Duty. And honestly, I have not seen a single bit of negativity about this across the industry. I really haven't, from fans of the franchise, the few that there are. I know there's a ton, but it's just been in such a shit place for so long, whatever. I think this is great for Call of Duty. I really do. While it doesn't really necessarily want to pull me back into it, I haven't been a huge fan of FPS games for quite some time. Besides, Halo. Halo's still fun to me. Still looking forward to co-op whenever that comes out for the campaign. I feel like it keeps getting pushed back, but different story, different day. But what's you boys' thoughts on COD 2023 being delayed? And already, even before the purchase is set to be finished next year, we're already starting to feel the influence of Microsoft here.
It's about damn time we don't have a yearly COD.
You're damn right.
I've been saying it for years. It's like I fell out of Call of Duty for the most part years ago. And then, I mean, in the past couple years, like, was it Black Ops 4? I came back in and played a decent amount of that game.
Yeah, you did play quite a bit.
Which was great for me, but I'd also been away from Call of Duty for close to 10 years.
Right.
So for me, it felt nice coming back to it. But then with every release since then, I've looked at it and I'm like, I don't really have an interest in playing these games. It looks like nothing is different. And I was starting to get a little bored with that Call of Duty. So maybe with delaying it, skipping out on a year, they can take that little bit of extra time, make it a better game. That's all I'm hoping for. It's like I may not play it, I may not get into it again, but for the people that are always excited for it, take the extra time with it. We don't need a yearly COD. It's still gonna sell, and it might sell better because people are gonna think it's gonna be more polished, and hopefully it is.
Yeah, that's the big thing is hopefully it's going to actually be polished. Because we saw what Vanguard was.
Yeah, no, this can only be a plus in terms of the franchise because it was at that year release, so it was running at the same rate as sports games. And sports games, if anyone's kept up with those don't change a whole lot from year to year.
Nope.
And Call of Duty's suffering from the same thing. And it's not a series that can get away with that.
Right. And you know what is so fascinating about the fact that it doesn't really change year to year is the fact that it changes publishers year to year.
Yeah.
So like every other year a different publisher takes over, and I'm assuming all these publishers will know very clearly in advance when they're doing it, as we kind of see here. So it's like the fact that they're not polished is that's very interesting to me. You know what I mean? Because like at least like when it comes to like sports games, if for the most part it's going to be a majority of the same dev team every year. But in COD's case, it's like you're going to have a different dev team every year. So why has it always been the way that it is? You know what I mean?
Because it's on that yearly release. They know what they're making. They have the COD platform. As long as they make this, it gets the green light, apparently.
Yeah. And I will say with this news, there's going to be a lot of weight riding on Modern Warfare 2 this year. Like, since that's going to be the COD for the next 2 years, essentially, like there's going to be a lot of weight riding on if this game's going to be worth a shit or not, especially with how horrible Vanguard flopped. But, I mean, Zach, what you're saying, like, about this just being a big plus, I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, it's a big plus for the Call of Duty franchise. And I feel like it's going to be a big plus for Microsoft as well, just because, you know, it may put it back in better graces where the game may not be complete and utter dog shit. And if it's not complete and utter dog shit when it finally comes out, hopefully they keep this sort of format where it's like not every year. Yearly Call of Duties, I feel like is very, very pointless at this point. I really do. I see no purpose in it besides money, obviously.
Free Infinity Ward. Let them do a new IP.
That's true. Let them go. Let them live. Let them go do something.
Infinity Ward's been stuck with Call of Duty since like 2010.
Right. Same thing with like. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, speaking of like COD not being on this yearly one anymore, just in general, some of these games, like even sports games that do their yearly, it's like it's more understandable for those, but at the same time, like you're saying, not much changes. So it's like we just need to get away from yearly release schedules for these type of games in general.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't do that, John. I need my sports games with all their negative reviews. And hell,
well, that's
the new
every
freaking
time they come out.
Freaking the show this year has a great cover art if you get like the deluxe edition.
It does, yeah.
With the freaking, I don't even know the player's name, but his beefy ripped outfit anime style.
Yeah, because he's a big anime fan.
I saw that cover and I went, what has happened?
That cover is pretty dope, yeah, because the person on the cover is just such a massive anime fan. With that game as well, it just popped in my head because you brought up the game, whatever. From the Nintendo Direct when they showcased that game, dude, that game looked like it was from 2016. MLB The Show on the Switch. Like, I'm sitting there watching that gameplay, like, and I get it, it's the Switch, but like, it legit looked like a game from like 2016 or 2015.
See, I thought you were talking about the Switch Sports.
I do want. Look, I'm getting Switch Sports, boys. I'm gonna go ahead and say it up front.
Man, Why couldn't you have been here when I tried to bring that up and talk to it with him and Keontae? They had no interest.
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry.
I mean, he was here.
I
He
tried to bring it up
participated
and
in
it
that
got
show
thrown
through
away so
Discord.
fast.
I did participate in the show through Discord, yes. I wasn't even paying attention to you guys. I just heard, I'm going to call Alex out. I just heard that from the other room, and I'm like, I started listening. I'm like, what are they talking about? I'm sorry that I wasn't there to back you up, John, but I am excited for Switch Sports, and I plan to buy it next month. I'm excited to play it. That
might have been like, I opened up with it. I was like, so you guys excited about this at all? Nope. All right, I guess I'm gonna move on.
Please shut that down.
It's like, all right, well, fuck me, I guess. Hey, next month though, 25th, Kirby. We got Kirby. That's pretty exciting. Triangle Strategy this weekend as well.
Also got Borderlands.
Yeah, same day as Kirby, right?
Yep.
25th. Yeah. John, you got to get on board with mouthful mode, man.
No.
Why?
I wasn't even on. I'm not
on board with
Kirby
mouthful
to begin
mode.
with.
I was on board. It's just a Kirby game. I saw Kirby and I didn't even have a title yet. I was like, yeah.
I'm not even that big of a Kirby fan, really. So I wasn't on board with it to begin with. And then you show me that shit.
You don't want to go in and be a vending machine of death?
Yeah, come on, man. It's got co-op. You can fish, apparently.
You could play co-op and go fishing with Zach.
Zach and I will have a great time.
Yes, we will.
I'm looking for, that's a day one pickup. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I know then both of you guys are going to get Nina, right? Tiny Tina's, I mean.
Maybe.
So you're still on the fence about it. You've been on the fence about it this whole time, I feel
When's
like.
it come out?
The same day.
25th.
Yeah, the 25th.
Maybe. That's one that I've said before that I might pick it up.
I mean,
I might not play it for a week.
I'll be curious to see. I mean, Borderlands 3 was fun when it came out, but I feel like there was a bit of disconnect from it compared to like 2 and pre-sequel just because of the long gap. And I think they tried just really hard to force the magic that was Borderlands 2.
They were a little too excited with Borderlands 3, where maybe by the end of all their DLCs, they kind of brought people around to it. But yeah, like you said, it's like people weren't as excited for pre-sequel when it came out. And so hopefully with this one, they could, like you said, they could recapture some of that.
Yeah, because ideally it's more or less being based off one of the funnest DLCs in Borderlands, a freaking Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep.
Yeah, which in the past couple weeks, or in the past like couple months, I think it was Tiny Tina's Escape from Dragon Keep was available on PS Plus. Was one of the games.
It was on PS Plus, Xbox,
Epic Games,
Epic, and on Switch as well. It's literally just a standalone of that DLC from Borderlands 2.
Which I was looking at that. If you don't get that for free on one of its weekends, it is totally not worth it.
No, it's not worth the price they put on it.
They charge like a full game price for a DLC.
Really?
Yeah.
So like we're talking $60.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like $40 or $50 for a DLC that I think costs $20.
Yeah.
Wow.
On PC.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good DLC. It's not that good of a DLC.
Okay. What about? I know. You, I don't think you are, Zach. But John, are you still looking to pick up Triangle Strategy this weekend? Maybe.
Is it this
I would
weekend?
like to pick it up
Friday.
I would like to pick it up. I may have to wait a week.
What you just said about Tiny Tina is probably what Triangle Strategy is going to be for me, where I'm going to buy it probably this Friday, day one, but I probably won't play it for a week because I'm doing other things right now.
Yeah, I want to play that game, but I'll probably have to wait a week to pick it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm probably not going to wait on, though, which also got announced this week on Monday? Soul Hackers 2.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That did get. Yeah. That's right.
That was a wild reveal, too.
Yeah, it was.
Did you watch that at all?
I did. Yeah.
I just happened to
I had no idea what was going on, but
I just happened to wake up when it was starting, and I'm just watching it. It does the whole little intro, and then it just switches to live action. I went, what? It's the middle of freaking morning. It's still night, and wherever they were recording that in Japan, and they just have a bunch of people doing choreographed fight for this reveal. I'm just like, what is going on?
What is this reveal?
I was just like, we're getting some sort of reveal, but there's a bunch of people LARPing at a temple somewhere.
And that's set to come out. I saw it had the release date. It's like in August or September, right?
Yeah, it's in August, which is surprising. I was just like, damn, that's quick.
And this is a pickup for you, though.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely pick it up.
Cool. I'm looking forward to hearing thoughts on it. Now, is this... And did you play the first one? I can't remember what you said about the first one.
I have not played the first one. I missed a chance to get it.
Okay.
Because I really didn't think anything of it at the time, because that was solely a DS release, and I did not have a DS at the time when it was out.
Okay. Now, this could be a very obviously dumb question, so I apologize for my normal stupidity that I like to put on the show. So, obviously, it's called Soul Hackers 2. So, is this a direct sequel to the first one, or is this just like a new game? Or
From all the details they released Monday morning for us, yes, it is going to be a chronological successor.
Okay.
Not necessarily within the same time frame, but within that universe.
So, that brings me to another question. Are you going to try to go out of your way to see if you can get the first one then?
Maybe.
Okay. And you said it was DS game is what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully you can find it. You know, you've been doing a lot of hunting, so you never know. You might find one. You might have to just go online for it.
I mean, I'll probably find it because I've about found every other Megami Tensei
Gotcha.
game.
All right, let's hop over to...
Well, quick little thing here because this just popped up for me. Did you see this potential release date or retailer releasing the date for God of War Ragnarok?
No. What are we looking like?
Right, apparently a small-time regional retailer in Chile had a posting for God of War Ragnarok for June.
Ooh.
Okay.
So it
Well,
looks like,
hey, if we're going to get that state of play next month.
so it looks like we could potentially be looking at Ragnarok a little sooner than we were expecting.
That would be huge.
That'd be a good summer release, too.
Yeah, that would. That would be a top-tier summer release.
Because I don't think there's a whole lot slated for summer at this moment.
No.
And if there was anything for that time, man, I'd hate to be them if this ends up being the case here. If you just got shafted.
Like, pretty much a majority of like the notable releases that we know dated kind of stops in May.
Yeah.
You know, going from June on, there are hand selected ones that we know, like Saints Row, for example, Starfield, of course. But the only one that's kind of thrown out there any sort of idea and plan for the summer is really Nintendo with Mario Strikers Battle League and Fire Emblem Three Hopes both in June. So those would be the ones that are going to get shafted if that's the case.
Yeah. Because, the Xenoblade Chronicles isn't till close to holidays, right?
It's probably it's just
I think
TBA, but yeah, holiday is my assumption.
Yeah. I thought it said like August or something.
I could have sworn it had a date.
I think you're right. I think it was August or September, but no actual day, just a month.
Yeah.
But no, Ragnarok in June, that'd be a big one. But like I said, we'll probably find out this month. I would say in this current upcoming state of play that we'll probably get, we'll get to actually see a release date for that. I mean, Sony just did a little event here recently, finally revealing off the PSVR 2, like actually showing the headset and the controls and shit. So they're probably gearing up for that next state of play, which I would also probably put some money on. May finally reveal whatever Project Spartacus is. You know, their rebranding of PlayStation Plus and PS Now and all that bullshit.
I saw
something.
I'd have to try to find it.
I was about to say, I saw something about Sony possibly going to having a new membership thing.
Yeah.
Which was going to be like an increase of like $15 or something like that.
Yep.
Was going to
the thing I saw is similar to that. I can't find the article right now, but it was saying it could have 3 tiers, or they were speculating 3 different tiers for it.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we had talked about previously.
Yep. But like the one common thing that I've seen a lot of people still talk about is don't expect it to be like Game Pass where it's going to have day one releases for new games. Like that's just not Sony's initiative.
I wouldn't expect that.
You know, new games will come out eventually, but they're just not going to be day one. Like this is going to be more so like for you to, and still enjoy PS Plus games every month. This is for you to enjoy like the PS Plus collection on the PS5, which is a very good collection of games, by the way. Whatever PlayStation Now has, I'm assuming, and as well as that deeper catalog of games of PS1, PS2, PSP. Which it's funny. Those are the only 3 that was ever actually named, and then they follow up. It's like, well, yeah, PS3 is kind of in the works too.
Right.
But
Alex, not to immediately contradict you or anything, but Sony did announce its first ever day one release for PlayStation Now.
Yeah, they did. I saw that.
Shadow Warriors 3.
Yep, Shadow Warriors 3, the first one they ever done for day one. So maybe they are testing in some capacity, but it's not a great test. But
It's
that's
not going to be anything great.
no.
I mean, that's a fairly popular franchise on the
They're
indie
fun
level.
games. Yeah, I've played some of Shadow Warrior 2. I mean, it's a good time.
All right. We'll just leave it at that.
There's not a lot more to say. I mean,
It's just a good time.
it's
Period.
It's fun.
Period. All right, let's hop over to let's finish up the show with some Pokemon chat. Of course, this was Pokemon Day today, celebrating 26 years of Pokemon. Had a 14-minute presentation. Pokemon Presents.
I want that wall. Was it the CEO who was on first? I forget.
Yes.
I want that wall he has where he just had all the games lined up.
That was pretty sick. Yeah, that was pretty sick. I also enjoyed what the other guy had behind him, where it had like all the final starter evolution plushies
with the legendaries.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. But just got some general announcements, like just some your basic stuff, Pokemon Go stuff. Loa's coming, cool, whatever. Pokemon Master stuff, cool, whatever. Which actually got you to download it while you were,
I was bored. I was like,
just all right, let's see
sure,
it Masters.
bunch
Yeah,
of
whatever.
free downloads.
Yeah, whatever. Pokemon Cafe Mix, which has apparently been out for like 2 years now. It's like, damn, time
I
flies.
did not expect that to survive.
I didn't either. I'm surprised it has lasted as long as it has, honestly.
It's a weird match game.
It is.
I was going to say, I forgot about that game, and when they started talking about it, the segment went on longer than I expected it to. And I found myself just sitting there going, stop trying to make me play this.
But Dilbert will now make deliveries. We have online ordering now.
Nope.
We also got the reveal for the next Pokemon coming in Unite being Hoopa, being a support.
That was actually a very good Unite because that's a very good build-up for Hoopa, the actual free limited license to actually use Hoopa, an event set to actually unlock Hoopa, and then, hey, you can literally just play everyone on different days for the next week or two. So there's that.
Which that's all pretty hype. They also gave a quick reveal of the next Mon after that as well, being my boy Pez Dispenser, a.k.a. Doraldon.
Is that a legendary?
No.
What the hell is it?
I'm not going to lie. When they showed him in the game, I was like, oh, man, I just want to see him walking around. That's got to look goofy as fuck.
Dude, he walks goofy as hell in Sword and Shield.
What gen is that?
That's Sword and Shield.
Is it?
8th gen, yeah.
Okay.
Doraldon, Steel Dragon type. He's really good.
Wait, what?
He's a Steel Dragon.
He's a dragon?
Yeah.
How's he a dragon?
Don't ask questions. It's Pokemon.
How's he not a dragon?
He's a big hunk of rock.
He's a hunk of steel.
It's a rock.
So, what's your point?
That's not a dragon.
It's a dragon. Well, remember, Charizard's not a dragon.
Correct, he's not.
Besides X, that's a dragon. Charizard X, Mega Evolution, he turns into a dragon type.
You're going over his head now.
I know.
Alex.
I bought the games. I haven't played through them.
Keep it simple with him.
All right, sorry. Keep it
Synchro
simple.
what?
Synchro summon. Synchro what?
There's a callback.
That's why we need the callback plug like you pitched earlier. That'd have been a good time to use it. But no, I'm excited for Doraldon to be in the game. I love Doraldon. So I'm kind of curious what his moveset would be, and I'm also with John. I want to see that dude walking down lane.
Now based on their choices, I feel like they're just going for people like Alex who wanted weird picks like Greednut, Doraldon.
Well, kind of like I said when we first talked about it, I'm like they're either looking at some of these polls, pick people's favorite mons, or they're just reaching into a fucking hat and pulling a name out.
Yeah, we did get the freaking the ghost tree.
Trevenant was really random. That's not one that I would have expected to get on there. As a defender as well. I still haven't got on to play him.
He looks beefy as hell.
Yeah, he definitely looks beefy as hell, that's for sure.
Then friggin' Mamoswine. That one came out of nowhere.
Mamoswine did, yeah. Some of the ones they've chosen have definitely come out of nowhere. Like, I mean, I love my boy Greedent, but that came out of nowhere. But I'm very happy it came out of nowhere. I had my fun with Greedent before he was nerfed into the dirt, so I had my fun. We also did get to see a little bit on the free DLC for Pokemon Legends Arceus called Daybreak.
I expect vampires.
Well, no vampires for you. Sorry. One thing about the DLC that I thought was kind of interesting is that, Game Freak did not leave alone what was now like the primary shiny hunting method. So the outbreak method to shiny hunt, they have now patched out of the game. It no longer works. But in return, with Daybreak, like your map can just get like flooded with outbreaks, which I do think that is actually pretty interesting. I still don't know if I want to get back on the game right now. So like you can go to like one of the regions, like one of the areas, whatever, and literally like just outbreaks all over that region. And with the outbreaks as well, it's not just that mon anymore. You can actually get like evolution forms now as well.
Yeah, I saw that. There was someone walked into an outbreak with 4 alphas staring at him and went, fuck this.
Yep. Okay, turn it around.
I kind of prefer that though, because otherwise you'd go into a zone. It's like an outbreak is happening. You walk over. It's like, okay, well, there's like nothing happening here.
Yeah.
It's all. But like, if outbreaks can happen everywhere, that does a lot to make it feel like there's more going on when you're walking around.
Yeah, it will. I mean, the other thing that came out of the Daybreak update was the fact that you can now do some trainer battles at the training camp in the town against the wardens and other clan members.
Which that was cool to see as well, because like still, I still think one of the biggest lacking things about Legends is the fact there's not much battling. I really do feel like that's a drawback on the game.
But from what it looked like, it looked more like a almost test golem, because like every single one it showed almost looked like it was you versus 3 people.
Yeah.
Which I agree with Alex, because one of the exciting things going into the game was how they changed the battle system.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the game where they changed the battle system, introduced strong and agile style, we also get less battles than we've ever had.
Yep.
Yeah, the least amount of trainer battles ever. I don't know. Did we even?
And then I was gonna say and then the ones we do have, it's like most of them. If you go through the areas and just kind of explore how probably the natural player is gonna do it, you're just over leveled for everything until you get to the end of the game.
Yeah. I mean, did we even get the classic first battle? Hey, our eyes met. We got to fight.
Nope. Well, I mean, I guess unless you count Akari, is that her name?
Yeah.
Besides that, no. I didn't get that. I never ended up finishing my actual Legends review that I was going to post up on the website. And at this point, it's like the windows of opportunity is kind of missed. But I still may post it up anyway because it's mostly done. And one of my biggest cons for the game was the fact there was no battling. Like, while, and it's weird because I contradict myself, and I even pointed out that I contradict myself, where it's like one of my pros is the fact that there's less battling. I feel like for the story, the lack of battling is a good thing in a way. In a way it is, because it really allows you to emphasize on what the game is trying to sell you with the open world, go find Pokemon, you're off the rails, go do your thing. But then, like, take it back from that, it's just like the battling needs to be there, man. Because it's like, while, Pokemon has always been built on, got to catch them all, whatever. Like, that's the thing, and that's what this game is built on. Catching them all and battling, that's literally what goes hand in hand with Pokemon games. So the fact that Legends hasn't had battling, I feel like is honestly a major drawback to the game. I really do. I feel like no form of competitive was a drawback to the game. Really, I do. I feel like that hurts the game.
Well, I feel like the battling sort of hurt just because that's what people are used to. I mean, I sort of understood the less battling just because of the setting itself. People are afraid of Pokemon. There's not a lot of people who have a Pokemon partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, John.
Oh, I was just gonna say, just building off that, because the other part of the story is it makes sense that there's not battling because, like, the Pokeball is a relatively new invention.
True.
Not many people have partners, Pokemon, like you were saying. So there's no one to battle besides the leaders of the village, who, like the different wardens, leaders, and everything, who have kind of bonded with some of these mods. So you don't. it is understandable why you don't.
Yeah, it is.
But then, like Alex said, it's just not the same.
Yeah, it's got its pros and cons. The cons being it sort of takes everyone who's played a Pokemon game out of the regular comfortability of it.
Yep.
But the pros of it is that they really chose to focus on telling the story and giving a new experience, which was very nice and refreshing.
It was very refreshing. And, to double down how it was refreshing, I dumped 90 hours into this game. Like, that's a good chunk in a very short amount of time that I played it.
Yeah.
But I was actually talking to Josh, co-host from AniMan Plus, and our friend Jared this weekend, and we were chatting about Legends. Like, right now, I'm not shitting you. I have absolutely zero desire to put Legends back into my Switch right now. And it's not because, like, I put in all this time. I mean, while, yes, that could play a factor, but it's the fact that, like, I feel done because there's no battling. Like, when I was done with Sword and Shield, what did I do? I wasn't really done because I was like collecting mons and doing. I was battling. I was doing competitive stuff, right? And that was fun. That was awesome. But now that like I have every dex page to 10, I've got the shiny charm. I've completely beaten the game. I've got 242 of 242. I feel done as hell, and I feel like there's nothing for me to do. Now, granted, the Daybreak come out, I could hop on and play some of the side missions and stuff, whatever. But like I legit feel done with the game. So it's just like that's what kind of killed it for me. Yeah.
And I think a large majority of people feel that as well.
Unless you're a hard shiny hunter.
I was about to say, even the shiny hunters, once they've gotten all the shinies, they're just like, yeah, it's done. And I think that's sort of what this adds in with the Warden battles. And then it mentioned at the end of chance to fight legendaries again. So I guess there's going to be some weird space-time crap where you fight legendaries in a space.
Right. And it's funny, because it's been mentioned on this show a few times before with me and Jared and our constant ongoing argument for his best Zelda game, right? Like he's hard Breath of the Wild, I'm hard not. But I've always said for Breath of the Wild that I think it's like the first amazing step in the direction that it could go. And I feel the same way about Legends. I actually don't think Legends is the best Pokemon game. Like, and it's because of some of the cons that are in it. Like, I feel like it's a great game for like, I'm going to say older players to jump into. I feel like if you're like, Pokemon is more, it appeals to children, obviously. I don't feel like a kid could really hop into Legends and really experience it to its full potential because there's a lot kind of going on, know? But, Legends is a game that I will 100% always recommend, but I actually don't feel like it's the best Pokemon game. But I feel like it's the first amazing step for what could be the best Pokemon game that we could potentially get this year. Because the big surprise announcement, it's a surprise because, like, we didn't, Gen 9 is going to happen. Let's just go and address that. But it's like, I didn't think it was going to happen this year. I thought Gen 9 was going to be like a 2023 thing. And I honestly thought we were going to get like DLC packs for Legends. You know what I mean? Like we got Sword and Shield. But, it looks like they're moving on from the Sword and Shield thing. And, all gung-ho, like we're moving forward. It's Gen 9 time. We got a trailer for that, and the big thing that was focused in the trailer was just showcasing all the landscape. Like they're taking all the stuff they built with Legends and putting it in this, but then putting it like in a traditional sort of format. I would probably safely assume there's going to be gym battles again and stuff. We're back to normal times, but open world, and like even in their follow-up statements and tweets and shit, like it's like nonstop. They were saying the exact words open world, like the initial big title. It's like open world Pokemon game. It's like exploring this open world adventure. Like they were really driving home open world.
I'll be curious to see how this one plays out because we had Sword and Shield, which they touched on, and now we've had Arceus, which was very well received. So I'll be curious to see what they take from both of those games, which have led us into this, I'm going to assume, leading into just constant full 3D Pokemon games going into the future.
Yeah.
And see what we get, what blend we get. Because, I mean, it's a Nintendo game, so the graphics aren't the greatest. Overall, it looked well. Everyone, from what I got, unanimously hated the trainer look.
I'm on that train. I'm on that train.
I saw a lot of comments of people go, I'm going to a barber and getting that shit changed immediately.
Yep, I am on that. I am on that as well.
How did you feel about the trainer look, John?
Looks like a dweeb.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, random fun fact though, depending on the version you get, your clothes change. That just random fun fact. Someone, I think it was HDV, I was watching on YouTube. He found someone shared it with him. Yeah, if you get Scarlet version, you get like orange clothes. If you get Violet, you get purple clothes. I was like, that's a very random little touch they added in.
Okay.
You still look like an idiot, but okay.
I'll be honestly curious to see what new Pokemon we get, because they didn't really show a whole lot of new Pokemon.
They showed none.
I went back and actually was
There was
watching.
like one or two, I think.
I didn't see any new ones.
Okay.
When I went back and watched it, I was like, I watched it a couple times. I was like, let me just see what's in here. And it's like, okay, see what they're showing us so far. And it's like, I mean, mostly like Pikachu, Meowth. I think I saw Applin in there, and then it was the one that I saw. I was like, okay, all right, I guess that's interesting that you're showing us this. Was the Viper.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was the Swablues just chilling on the line.
I went through the trailer and I actually built up a list of what all is confirmed. As of now, there's 58 Pokemon that are confirmed for the game, based on what we've seen already. And based on like general assumptions, based on kind of a couple things, I've actually compiled another list of like up to 115 Pokemon that I would expect to be in the game. Just based on various things. Because, like, one thing that wasn't shown in the trailer, but they showed, like, afterwards, just, like, their after press announcement, whatever. It's just like, home, connectivity, whatever. You can transfer Pokemon over from previous generations that are in the game, is what they essentially said. And the still shot they had was actually of Hisuian Zoroark. So, Hisuian forms. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Yeah. Hisuian Zoroark. It was a shot of Lucario battling the Zoroark.
That thing's going to be scary as hell in modern Pokemon. Oh,
dude, that's going to be a busted-ass competitive mon. That is like one of the best types out there. Normal ghost type, that's busted. But that can just lead to other assumptions, like, okay, probably the other Hisuian mons will be in the game, minus maybe the starters, but like maybe everything else, like Cleaver, like Weird Ear and everything else, like I would assume they're gonna all possibly be in the game. Eevee's gonna be in the game and all those evolutions.
Yeah, there'll
be a third legendary, outside, because I didn't my 58 confirmed. I counted the box Legos because that's just a thing, It'll be interesting to see what all is going to be in there, because it's like with Meowth, are we going to get the Alolan Meowth and the Galarian Meowth? Like was it like that? Are we
going to get another Meowth?
Yeah, they're going to get another one. They seem to like giving him forms. Did you get to see the starters at the end? Where are you guys leaning on this?
What the fuck are these goofy bitches?
Okay, hold on.
I'm okay with my Sailor Cat bird.
I gotta say,
okay, what's wrong with the goofy red fucker?
I knew it.
Hey, shafted here. This better be a fucking cool third.
Hold on, John. I want you to know you are the only negative opinion I have heard on that little dude.
That little guy looks like goofy as shit.
He looks adorable.
He looks like something I'm not gonna say.
You liked Poplio too, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Okay. When I saw him, I was like, God dang it, it's Poplio. At least it's not water this time.
Hey, man, we got a
Fuecoco though.
We got a decent little green fox thing. We got a
little cat.
We got an adorable.
Is it a cat?
Adorable.
That's a cat. Yeah.
It's a fox.
Fox.
I'm pretty sure it's a cat.
It's a fox.
That's a cat. I'm pretty sure it's a damn cat.
We're not doing a second cat. There was already a cat.
It's a cat.
It's a fox.
It's a cat.
It's a fox.
It's a cat.
You need to get your eyes checked.
It's a cat.
Shit?
I do.
Who gives a shit? It's not going to be a cat when it evolves.
That's true. It's going to be standing on two legs, probably.
But yeah, then we got this. I mean, this great duck wearing a sailor's hat. I mean, you can't be mad at that one.
Yes.
I gotta say,
we got the big goofy ass open mouth grin over here. Like, what is this thing doing?
I'm telling you, you are the only negative opinion I have heard on Fuecoco. Like, Twitter is over the moon about this little guy right now. He is unanimously like the best one everyone considers.
Oh, he's got this stupid yellow square on his chest too.
Oh my god, we're pointing at the square. Come on, what's wrong with the square?
Hey, this all I said. This better be a cool final evolution.
I can see him going like almost like a Godzilla-esque approach.
Yeah, I'm hoping so with this thing. That's the only thing that makes sense with it. Watch it be like some sort of like cougar or something.
What?
That'd be a hard change.
I also like for the duck, someone was roasting. It's like fucking this dude over here looking like Donald Duck's forgotten nephew.
I actually thought that. Whenever I saw it, I was like, that thing better turn into a sailor by 3 evolutions.
Hey, he's got the best name of the 3, though. Quaxley. Quaxley is an awesome name. That is such an awesome name. I love Quaxley. But, dude, I love that cat. That cat's adorable. I will protect it with my life.
That's not a cat.
It is a cat. You cannot convince me otherwise. It is a cat. That's not a fox. It's a cat.
Well, yeah, it is categorized as the grass cat Pokemon.
Is it really? Wow. Okay, fine.
Cat. Grass cat. I just hope it doesn't take like an Incineroar approach. It's on 2 legs, but it probably will. Like, I'm going to go ahead and mentally prepare for that.
Let me throw one little thing at you for that. Remember the final evolution for X and Y, Delphox?
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. That's what's going to happen to me.
That started out as a fox on 4 legs, Zach, and ended up as a standing on 2-leg fox in a dress.
Yeah.
Oh, the fire sorceress?
Yes, the fire sorcerers. Yep.
That started out almost looking very similar to this grass motherfucker.
Yep. That's probably going to be the route that I'm going to have to deal with on this. But I mean, I'm very pumped for Scarlet and Violet. I did see one very random thing that people were pointing out, where it's like potential tease for what the legendaries could potentially be involved with. I'm like, I don't know what would be the angle there. Is for some reason people are theorizing that they're going to be somehow involved with oranges and grapes.
Well, the weird thing, one of the other things that I saw was apparently this is going to be the Pokemon universe's version of Spain?
Yes.
I didn't realize. So what the heck are the other areas supposed to be?
The common thing that I've seen is Spain and Portugal. That's the common one that I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what people are saying. Like, yeah, that's what this is.
Okay, I didn't realize we were associating Pokemon regions with real world places.
We
always have.
Yeah.
I didn't know this, but then again, I jumped out of the loop really early, so I never really took care to pay attention.
I want to say it was Gens 1 through 4, right, John, was all Japan based? Or did they stop doing Japan based at 3? I want to say 1 through 4 was Japan based. Gen 5 was New York. 6 was, God, what was 6? Was that France or Paris?
I think it was Paris.
Okay. And then obviously 7's Hawaii. And then now 8 is... What is 8 again? I don't remember. But yeah, they've always done that. That's since Gen 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited for that. It's scheduled for later this year for fall or winter or whatever. It'll probably just come out in November, like Pokemon games always do. I was telling Zach before we started, it's like, just don't come out on the 11th, please, because if it comes out on the 11th, I'm not playing it immediately because I'm playing Starfield, like 100%.
Yeah. So to go back on what they're based on, the first 4 are based on Japan.
Okay.
Then it's New York, France, Hawaii, and the United Kingdom.
Okay. Now we're heading over to Spain. The one,
I like how it went from cities to just straight countries.
Yeah.
We can no longer do designs on just cities.
Right. The one thing that let me ask you boys your thoughts on this. It's just kind of a niche little thing. The one thing that I really hope that they keep from Gen 8 coming into this one is, like, if we're going to bring back gyms, like, let's bring back like the big approach of the gym challenge. Like, how do you guys feel about that? Because I thought the gym challenge was super cool. I thought that was such an interesting concept. How do you guys feel about it?
I mean,
like the way they approach the gym challenge in Gen 8 versus everything else. It was more or less
just a giant sports event, pretty much.
Yeah, like I thought that was super cool. Like, I don't think they'll do it, but I would love it if they did.
Well, I think that's what
it ties into the UK.
Kind of should have. It was kind of originally
presented to all of us.
Yeah, where it was like you show up to it and then it's this event that happens rather than like what it ended up becoming, where it's like, okay, I got my shop over here. You want to come fight me in it?
Right.
When you really look at it, the early gens are sort of just like, this is sort of really shady.
Yeah, there's some shady shit happening right now.
We went from like just random local fights to now we're on nation scale. Everyone likes to watch these events and everything.
Yeah.
What I would really like to see, I'm going to take you on a journey, is the gym battles is actually your fight for resistance to free the country.
Ooh. I mean, that sounds cool.
Completely left field for a Pokemon game, but hey.
It does, yeah. No, if they're going to do any sort of gym challenge again, one thing that I think would be really cool to do, because watching the trailer a couple times, one thing that I thought was interesting is how they emphasize like almost like that town center, you know?
Yeah.
If you looked at the ground, like the wheel around it
Was every element.
was every type. So it's like, what if they do something a little bit different here where it's like it's so focused on open world. They're stressing open world. What if they do something like there's not 8 gyms, there's actually a gym for every type? Because I mean, that was like, you know, that was kind of the thing. One of the things about Sword and Shield is like you can find lore on some previous gym leaders or previous champions, like Mustard, for example, you know, or how there was, you know, a Sword and Shield exclusive gyms. Like, you know, what if there was actually 18 gyms, one per type, and you just have to get whatever 8 you want? Like, that would be actually super cool. And then kind of also keep you off the rails for it, where it's like you don't have to do these in order. Like maybe do one specific number, you know, first to give you like whole introduction to the thing, you know, and then your other 7 just do it in whatever order, and they kind of scale as depending on how many badges you get. You know, the next gym will be set at a certain level.
I mean, if they really want to do an open world, and they did that route, they could literally just do a long, almost journey road to victory road of just all 18 gyms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be if it really is gonna be like what they say, open world adventure, where maybe it's like maybe the gyms are or like there's certain gyms that are like obvious and easy to find or that, and then some you can just stumble across somewhere out in the world.
Yep.
It's like people know it. People know it's there. They just can't tell you where it is.
Like let's say a dark gym, for example.
Yeah, it's like you could just stumble across it. It's like, okay, you're here. It's like you found us. Now it's time to see if you can take us on.
So it sounds like Pokemon just became dojo challenges now.
Yeah, might as well be.
Close enough.
Can we build factions and just start building gyms everywhere?
I mean, that'd be cool, but
Pokemon Conquest 2 confirmed.
man, leading up to this event, I was lobbying so hard for Pokemon Conquest.
I was really hoping for one. I knew it wasn't going to happen.
I'm never going to see another Conquest.
I was holding out hope, bro. They brought back Mystery Dungeon. Snap came back. You know, Mystery Dungeon came back as a remake for its 15th anniversary. This year is Conquest 10th anniversary. That style of game is as big as it's ever been.
Was Conquest really well received? I don't know.
In terms of ratings, yeah, it's like 4 out of 5s and shit like that.
Yeah, it had a 4.3, and the like user ratings on it, just off of a quick Google search, 94%.
I mean, I knew the user ratings were good because I know all of us enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because Conquest didn't really open up until you beat the main story and went, oh yeah, now you can play as everybody.
Yes. Man, I was really hoping for a Conquest like remake or something. I was really hoping for it for the 10th anniversary.
If we're lucky, we may see it at the 15th anniversary and we get a 3D version.
That's true. You know, that's true. I mean, that's when Mystery Dungeon came back, was its 15th. So,
you know, I did pick up a Ranger this week. Pokemon
really?
Ranger.
Okay.
So I'm just going to be making a bunch of circles on my DS here in like a couple weeks.
Have fun with that. But final thoughts on the Pokemon stuff, boys. I will say, you know, to counter how it's been with previous reveals for like Diamond and Pearl and Sword and Shield, I feel like the graphics already looked better. Like, I mean, obviously it's Pokemon graphics. It's a Switch, whatever. But I feel like immediately it's like you looked at this, it's like, okay, yes, this looks a lot better than it's ever been. I mean, like the detail on the Pokemon looked very, very good.
Speaking of Diamond and Pearl, how'd you feel about the Oak's letter?
Oh yeah, they did something for that. I forgot, man. Diamond and Pearl was such a letdown. It really was. Which sucks because, I mean, you're coming off the heels of back-to-back incredible remakes of games. Not counting Let's Go. Being ORAS and Heart Gold Soul Silver. And then you give us Diamond and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. And it's just like, come on, guys.
I mean, hey, it was a faithful remake.
Yeah, but see, the problem is they shouldn't have done a faithful remake.
They said it was going to be a faithful remake, guys.
I'm not.
They told us straight out what it was going to be.
Look, I'm not arguing with the fact that like we were blindsided. I'm just arguing with the fact they shouldn't have done it. Like Diamond and Pearl. While I hold 4th Gen in such a high regard, it's only because of Platinum. Like Diamond and Pearl are honestly like very mid-tier games. Like they're not great. Like if I had to pull up the tier maker right now and tier every Pokemon generation game, Diamond and Pearl would probably be like in the D tier for me. And I love Sinnoh, but I love Sinnoh because of Platinum. Platinum's an S tier game, easy. But yeah, Oak's letter getting shaman. So whatever. I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna go back and play it because of that.
Yeah, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, letdown of games, bro. Letdown of games. Like I said, even though ORAS and Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I mean, those are some of the best Pokemon games out there. Both of those, easy. At both of them, put them in S tier.
You know what we need a remake of? Pokemon Coliseum and Darkness Gale.
Oh, bro, I would love that. Those games are so good.
They are.
Those games are incredible. Yeah, getting a remake of those would be absolutely phenomenal. That'd be a day one pickup. Easy. But yeah, any last thoughts on the Pokemon stuff? If not, we'll go ahead and look to start wrapping things up here.
I mean, no, not really. It was a nice sort of surprise drop from the Game Freak of the 9th gen that everyone knew was coming, but didn't expect it this early.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a nice little top off for the presentation. Overall, I think it wasn't a bad presentation. I think for the most part, it had pretty decent content for everyone that plays those games other than Diamond and Pearl.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, made me excited for their later in the year announcements they're going to inevitably do now, where they give us more and more information about these new games, Scarlet and Violet.
Yep.
But I mean, honestly, I'm kind of glad they tacked those in on the end, because without those, would have been a pretty
weak
meh presentation without them. Because yeah, they had stuff for all their games, but it wasn't a lot for all of them. So, but at least now we've got a potential future Pokemon looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is that the future does look pretty great, since they're actually going to keep all the elements from Legends, and just bring it into like a more modern, traditional kind of Pokemon game. I feel like the two can coexist. Traditional Pokemon format with Legends format. I feel like they can coexist.
Easily.
And I feel like we're going to get to see that in this game. So I feel like these games have the potential to be the best Pokemon games of all time.
Just look at the potential going forward of the beauty contest.
Oh, I know. I'm here for that, dude. The beauty contests were entertaining. Also, no national decks, which I don't give a fuck. I really don't. There's so many Pokemon, bro. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. People complain about that, and then if they did add it in, they would then complain that to complete their decks and get their shiny charm or whatever, they got to catch 1,000 fucking Pokemon.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Like if the dex is like anywhere the size of Sword and Shield, like let's say they do DLC for Scarlet and Violet, like bro, perfect. Like Sword and Shield dex is like a great size. It is. So it's not a big deal. But people are going to bitch about it all year.
People can complain all they want to. It doesn't matter. If they did have it in, if they had the national decks in there, you'd still only catch the ones you gave a shit about.
True. True. All right, boys. I think we can go ahead and get out of here. I'll hit the music.
Alrighty.
And wrap things up.
Thank you, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, rate, whatever your platform allows. If you are watching this on YouTube and like what's going on, you can hit that subscribe button. And if you actually want to know what anything goes up, you can hit the bell, and YouTube will notify you when any video goes up. That's at youtube.com/SparkE3. As well, you can help us support us on our actual website, SparkE3.com, where you can sign up for membership for $5 and actually get episodes a day early. Or you can just sign up for free and help us out, just build a community, and just join in fun and watch everything there. Thank you.
If you made it to the end of the episode, thank you very much. And once again, hopefully you'll come and see us again next week.
Don't know what's all on the slate next week. I guess we'll see. see what we're up to, see what's coming out this week. But yeah, do everything they said and more. We definitely appreciate that. Of course, at SparkE3Shop.com, we do have that promo code ATFS, save 25% on everything in the store. Like I mentioned earlier, we do have a couple of Gamesthetic designs. Definitely hit one of those, especially like the 5 ways to play with the different controllers going down the shirt. It's pretty sick. I think we're going to have to get that one.
I was going to say, that one might be my favorite one.
Yeah, going to have to probably get some samples of that for us boys so we can rock on the show, because that one is pretty sick. Yeah, overall, pretty fun episode, boys. Appreciate you guys as always. But yep, just follow the show. Trying to just kind of carry this on a little bit so the music can pick up a little bit more, so we can end it on a better note since the song just ended. All right, guys, have a good one. See ya.
Bye.